Greetings, salutations, and welcome to our channel. Today, we shall be taking a look at the story of a woman who walks 12 miles to work every day without knowing that she was being watched all this time. As always, make sure to like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you wish to support our content. And if you don't want to miss out on any of our future uploads, press the bell notification button while making sure YouTube notifications are turned on your smartphone. Without further ado, let's jump right into today's video. It all begins with Jalesya Corbett and another one of her regular commutes on one of the busier roads in town. She was all dressed up and ready to work as she was making her way there. Of course, with the way Mother Nature decided to treat her today, she considered it one of her most unpleasant work commutes that she had ever had to suffer through. Corbett always remains vigilant regarding her surroundings when she is out and about. Well, this morning in particular, her eyes darted behind her, only to notice a strange light approaching her. She took a quick glance at her surroundings and realized that she was all alone. There was no other soul in sight other than her and the car that was slowly following her. Part of her wished that the car simply slowed down to prevent the water on the road to be splashed against her by the friction of the tires. But when the car continued its behavior, she quickly realized that that was not the case. She tried quickening her pace, hoping to pass it by, but the car slowly increased its speed and made its way next to her. When Corbett tried to peer through the car's windows to see who it was, she failed as the glass was tinted. However, she did not know that the driver of this car was going to turn her life upside down. The heavy rain was making it quite the challenge to even attempt to figure out who the mysterious figure in the car was. However, when the car got closer and closer, it suddenly became clear that the car was none other than the police. She was petrified. After all, why was she being followed by a police car when she'd done nothing wrong? However, the truth was more wholesome than it seemed, as the police officer inside the car had been watching Corbett for quite some time now, and he knew her story. That particular morning, the man within the car, who was later revealed to be Sergeant Scott Bass, decided to take matters into his own hands. What he did not know was how things would change rapidly since the start of his goodwill. You see, Corbett works at her local Bojangles Chicken and Biscuits restaurant. She's used to the morning trek through the cold and the rain in order to make the 6 miles she needs to travel to work. She works for a whole 8 hours at her workplace and then walks those same 6 miles back home. After all, it's not like she had any other option, since she did not have any form of vehicle to travel with. She did not let the elements control the one way she was earning her revenue. I still walk. How else am I supposed to pay the bills? Of course, if any of us encounter a police car creeping behind us, it is definitely reason for worry, because Corbett could not think of any reason as to why she would be followed by the police. Corbett ambivalently went up to the policeman as he rolled down his window. "Can I help you, officer?" she asked. Immediately, she felt a bit more at ease as Sergeant Bass flashed her a smile. He saw the woman shivering in the rain and asked her if she wanted a ride, to which she simply replied, "Yeah, I could use a ride." Of course, when she got into the car that day, she did not know that the man's show of kindness would one day become reason for them to be the subject of national headlines. In an interview held with Sergeant Bass a few months later after national acclaim, he gave us an explanation as to how the helping habit came to be. "I was getting near the end of my shift, and I saw her leave the city side, going into the countryside of town," he began. "She had her work uniform on, and it was raining. It was cold. So I stopped to check on her, and she told me she was going into work. And I offered her a ride because she had quite a few miles left to go." Of course, he thought that he was doing his community service as a police officer, but it didn't stop there. What usually took Corbett 2 hours quickly turned into a cop car ride that lasted a few minutes, as Corbett found herself reaching her workplace at the Bojangles restaurant pretty quick. Corbett made sure to thank Sergeant Bass again for the ride, but of course, he felt like he had not done enough for the poor woman. After all, it was in his nature to be kind to those around him. Ever since that first day, Sergeant Bass had been picking up Corbett whenever he could, for every rainy or cold morning. Eventually, the rides became even something of a morning tradition to him, to a point where he would even show up during perfectly clear days to offer a ride to help Corbett reach work early. Even if he finds himself incapable of making it, he would reach out for his friends in the force to see if they had the ability to help her instead. While all of this meant the world to Corbett, Sergeant Bass felt it was not enough. "She walks 2 hours to work and then she's got to stand up for 8 hours, he said. "I know what it's like to have to work like that. It just kind of really weighed on me and bothered me, and every day that I gave her a ride, I just, for some reason, would talk to my wife about her," he said. He knew that his newfound friend needs more help than daily commutes, so after discussing with his friends and wife, he came up with a plan. "I wanted to do something more for her," he said. "So that next day, I called Walmart, which was in the area, and asked them if they could work with me." His reason? In order to gift Corbett a bicycle that would turn her 2-hour commute into a measly 30-minute comfortable ride. When the manager of the local Walmart heard Corbett's story, as well as the desire of Sergeant Bass to help out those in need, he found himself inspired and touched. The store provided him a free beach cruiser bicycle, with well wishes to pass along to Corbett. Of course, without delaying it for a single second, he delivered it to her. When she saw Sergeant Bass's gift, she was dumbstruck. "I was shocked," she said in an interview. "I didn't think it was real." All she knew was that this gift is going to completely change her tedious commute into a more fun and efficient one. As the kind actions of the local police officer went viral, Sergeant Bass and Corbett found themselves with an opportunity to appear in an upcoming episode. As they shared their story, Steve spoke to Corbett directly. "We know that you work hard, and we know that you deserve a little extra help," Harvey said. "On behalf of the show, we're going to be giving you $5,000. Of course, he didn't stop there. Steve Harvey also presented Corbett with a brand new 2018 Ford Fiesta, ensuring that Corbett would never have any issues commuting ever again. Do you see how far a single act of kindness took a woman who was simply miserable during her daily commute? We need more people like Sergeant Bass in this world, and it all starts with you taking the initiative. We've reached the end of today's video. Did you like the story? For more heartwarming content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon so that you get a notification whenever we upload. We'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.